long anticipated return of the Cold Hard Art Cup Series at Martinsville. Race 2, Round 2. The playoffs, gentlemen. Thomas Morse, Trey Landry, Matt Kingston. They're going to bring you flag-to-flag coverage of all the hot action here in Martinsville tonight. Gentlemen, hello.
Hello there, Bob.
Hello.
Hi.
And Matt's slowly dying in Canada already. What do you got, about 7 foot of snow up there already?
About 16. We're doing all right, though.
Doing all right. Well, we're back, boys. We've had some time off. Get to recuperate
6
here.
weeks or a month?
Yeah, something like that.
Groundhog saw a shadow or
I
something.
don't know about you boys, but that was much needed. It's nice to get
I could have limped through it like a Keselowski or something.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the points, folks.
What points?
Those points.
The playoff points.
The playoff points.
Probably should open my tab up because I don't have my picture open.
Well, something I don't need a tab for. Peter Short has no worries coming into Martinsville.
No, how's that feel, Matt? You don't have to worry about Martinsville or Talladega.
That makes you feel like $1 million because these are the two races that you don't really have the race in your hands. You just get beat up and then thrown to the side.
Well, let's hope not. Sam Close, was that Cameron Rich? They had pretty good runs last time out. Drew's sitting, not the best because he's tied with Kevin Finn, Corey Lindsey. They're all tied together there. Who was it? Johnny Thomas, the first one out at the moment. So far, so good here at Martinsville. So maybe he can propel himself up the standings here. Race Clark has not joined us tonight, so shame on you. Could have been a work thing. And then Richard Hines looking to dig himself out of a hole from last race.
Richard's pretty well going to need a top 5 finish here. I would say just going into Talladega 2 next week, it's going to be a uphill battle from there.
Yeah, he hasn't dug that Jimmy Johnson hole yet, but he's working on it.
Yeah.
I think with the field size, he's gonna have to win.
True.
That's true.
Yeah.
There's
He's
barely
not gonna
anybody
lose
here.
many
Yeah.
points. And those are your points, brought to you by Carlos Jr.
Mm.
Well, I guess that's Hardee's over here on the East Coast. Sorry.
We're getting
Sorry.
a Harvey's opening up here soon.
Harvey's?
Did you guys not ever hear Harvey's or?
No, I'm kind of drawing a blank on the Harveys thing, man.
Nope, never heard of that one.
No, never mind then. I'll just go back into my hole.
Well, gentlemen, we have two of the complete opposite tracks tonight, and then again next week. Martinsville, then Talladega. You go from arguably one of the slowest tracks to one of the highest speed tracks. You're in a hole. What's your strategery?
Survive.
Survive.
I mean, you could have the same philosophy at both tracks, right? Just hold it wide open and get your way through it.
Yeah.
Just pull a Clint Boyer there. What was that, 2014 or 13?
Oh, man.
Dive your way to the front.
You just need a Newman and knock him out of your way.
Yeah.
I mean, tonight, there's, 17 people? It's not going to be that crazy, I don't feel like. I mean, you can kind of ride around and let it happen in front of you if you need it to, and then pick up the pieces and probably get a solid top 10, if not a top 5. Talladega, I feel like everyone shows back up for plate races. So if you're sitting on the bubble, you might either want to stay up front or just ride it out like we've seen some of the veterans of the real life do in past years. So. Also, hot dogs on sale at Martinsville. So.
Yeah, here they're right around $1.
Yeah, they're also pink and disgusting. So.
I've been on the toilet for 15 minutes after I had one.
Turn your buns pink.
Oh, yes.
Well, Matt, that's probably because you're not used to eating actual food.
Rabbit food's the same thing, I guess.
Or is it because they didn't put maple syrup on it?
That's why, yeah.
Actually,
It
I'm not
coats
opposed.
everything.
I'm not opposed to trying that, gentlemen.
A sweet hot dog? Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you, a Yankee?
I mean, whatever I need to be in the moment.
A Yankee Doodle?
Is he?
I don't think so.
Well,
No, far from.
I tell you what, boys, let's I don't know how you feel about it. So we'll go ahead and hit him with that grid. Seems like a good idea. Yeah.
Wait one more second. There we go.
I like grids.
Like grids? Well, this grid should be no surprise to you as the veteran, the cagey old man, Chuck Sweeting, grabbed the pole here tonight to his outside. Cameron Rich looking to maybe steal that win tonight and see if he can advance to the next round.
Starting out back in Emerald row 2, we have the Wrecking Ball, Paul Ross in the third spot, and it was outside the 14 of Kevin Finn.
And Johnny Thomas starting P5, that 83 machine. Number 77, Drew Eisman. He'd be rolling off P6.
Rolling off P7, we have Corey Lindsay, who's currently in the playoffs, but just barely. And to his outside, Richard Hines, who mentioned earlier, got to do some big work here tonight to get back in the playoffs.
Out behind them, we have the 88 Rusty Webb starting P9, and rounding out the top 10, the 33 of Peter Short, already locked into the next round of the playoffs.
And starting P11, we got Matt Hackathorn. To his outside, Jordan Teal starting P12.
Rolling off P13, quite the terrible qualifying run there for Sam Close. And to his outside, Brett Miller looking to turn the season around.
Back of them, we have the 80 Kyle Hanchild, last car take a time, 15th, Chad Brown in 16th, and Mike Stevens. Starting Tailgun Charlie, is it, Trey?
Yes.
Should be 2 base laps here. So.
I guess I could have drugged that out a little bit more. But,
Well, I mean,
one of the things you have to watch.
Hitman hard, but it's hard to do it.
One of the things you have to watch out for in these cup cars, especially, is the wheel spin up off of the corners. And that could completely act some people's days if they get caught up with that and lose a little bit of momentum and get shunted from behind.
Oh, how about having to restart in the corner? That was always terrible.
Oh yes, I forgot about that. That's delightful.
I don't know how
Especially
they do it in
check
real life with 40 cars.
Very carefully.
Wow. So none of you saw the real Martinsville race then?
Damn, that sucks. Pace car's off.
They handed to Chuck, and Chuck's gone. Good jump from Cameron on the outside. Stuck with him.
Good restart for everybody there.
Saw that outside work in real life. Don't know if that's going to play too much of a role here on iRacing.
Drew Eisman got a little tail happy there.
Saw some of these guys really, what'd you say, Matt, a little loose up off the corners here in practice.
Yeah, that's gonna be something you have to watch for, especially on cold tires too. I guess it's a little bit worse. If you keep spinning those tires or chattering them up off, you're gonna have a very bad time. About 15, 20 laps into a run, you just will have no grip.
I imagine it's only probably going to get worse too as they run. If you get tighter in the center, and that car's just not going to want to turn.
Yeah, and something I've been noticing too is people like being curvy here. They jump up over those yellow curves down the bottom of the track, and that's also going to completely destroy your day when you find yourself backwards going into the fence.
Or the guy on the outside of you, it might end his day first. So.
Yeah.
So Peter Short got around Richard Hines there, moving up to P8.
Corey Lindsay now up there, so he's going to get a spot away from him.
So far, so good. No drama.
Oh, Hines got a little bit of that curbing there. Checked up Rusty Webb and everybody else. Just played her cool. Nobody tried to do anything drastic going into turn 1 at least.
Peter Short misjudged that entry a little bit on the backside of Corey Lindsay. Looks like Matt Hackathorn looking to get around Rusty Webb.
He's should be able to get it done here, depending on how much the guys in front of him check. Oh, I like what Rusty did there. That was a nice little diamond. He has a nice run, but he's not going to have anywhere to go with it.
He actually gained a little momentum there. That was kind of crazy.
Hook the corner a little bit as it appears. The outside line's actually working all right for that 88 right now, trying to hold off that 12 car.
Yeah, it looks like Hackathorn, or sorry, Hackathorn got a little loose off the corner. I'll give our Matt stock. Nick.
Sam Close just sitting out back there watching this battle. It's probably the best battle we have on track right now.
You're watching it, Matt, because where can you go? You can't really make it 3 wide at Martinsville.
Well, you could.
But you can't beat Denny Hamlin. So.
Ooh, getting close there. Sam Close back there is
Some
walking the
black
dog
marks
too.
there.
Yeah.
In front of them looks like Peter Short did get around Corey Lindsay there.
Yeah, Corey just overdrove turn 3 there, pushed up a little bit, let Peter Short get under him.
Hackathorn just got Webb cleared there, but Webb's fighting back again on the outside through turn 1 and 2. He's doing a great job up there in that second groove.
Keeps clipping that curb too. That can't be helping him.
No, that would. I'm surprised he hasn't shot up the track into Webb's lane there as of yet.
Still riding the curb.
Ooh.
Got him clear that time though.
Dusty missed that corner and whoa, wow.
Lost
Big
2
slide
spots,
there,
yeah. Sam Close able to get around as well.
Still nothing changed up front. Chuck still with a fairly decent lead over Cameron Rich there. It's about the same distance back to Carl's. The Hitman, is that what you call him? What'd you call him? The Wrecking Ball?
Yeah, the wrecking ball.
It's an interesting line Peter Short's running there in the corner as Johnny Thomas looks like he's going to pull over and let him go. Peter looks like he's arcing it real wide through 1, actually into 3 too, just doing that late apex.
That's something I never did here at Martinsville. I always believed in attacking the corners. It's a little bit harder on your tires, but I always found I could get more drive up off when you shot straight to the middle and kind of arced out a bit. He's doing complete opposite of me, but it seems to be working a hell of a lot better for him than it would for a few of these guys that are doing kind of my strategy.
Yeah, I like that line. It's just, I mean, in traffic, you really can't run it because people just dive bomb you.
Yeah.
Munger.
Paul Ross.
Everybody's got the sniffles up here today, I guess.
It's because we didn't turn the air on. It's been on for 2 weeks. Dust everywhere. Thanks, Wendell. God.
And
Frederick spoke coffee everywhere.
And that tent that Chuck gave us back at Charlotte, it's starting to get musty too.
I thought Matt
Musty
took that
sea
home.
cow. I tried. They wouldn't let me go through customs with it.
That's probably that Trump sticker we put on it.
Probably.
I don't know, boys. This is looking like it's got one of those green runs looking to it. So I don't know if you're maybe going to think about saving the tires a little bit here at the start so you got some at the end.
Yeah, you might just want to click off some laps here because you do not want to get your car tore up too early here because the odds of you getting it fixed is 0 because if you go into the pits, you barely have enough time to get tires and fuel in, let alone.
By the time you
And
stop,
hold
the
out.
pace car is already on your relative coming around the
Yeah.
lap you.
So
See a little smoke coming from some of those left fronts too. That's not going to help your long run tire wear there.
well, that'll make them a wee bit angry at you.
Just a wee bit.
Here's a problem with this track, man. You can't lay back and save tires too much. You end up with the leader putting the lap on you.
Yeah.
At Hackathorn still trying to do his forward progression here. He's working on the 87 and Richard Hines right now going into turn 3. Richard shoots that corner way too far.
Still
Matt
can't
has
get
nowhere
the
to go
power
with it.
to
You know?
run, yeah. Good old Martinsville. You can dive in there all you want, but if you can't get on the gas off the corner, you're not going to go anywhere.
Decent, no, he just cannot get the power down at all. The back end always seems to want to step out on him. But it's slick track conditions maybe, because you wouldn't think you'd hurt the tires too much by now.
I don't think you'll run the real life distance on these tires. What was it, like 100-something laps I wanted to run? I think you'll be begging for mercy after about 50.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you stay green, you're going to have to plan this out. Because 250 laps, you've got a lot of laps you got to turn before you can come in the pit. 'Cause you don't want to get, you don't want a short pit, I don't feel like, because you should lose, what, 2 laps probably here? Almost 3?
At least, yeah. Ooh, almost contact there between the 88 and the 12.
I think Matt looks like he's lost his rhythm a little bit. He just lost 2 spots there. I always found this is a rhythm track to me. It's just, just try to hit your marks and do it lap after lap. And just one thing, gets you out of that rhythm. It can take a couple of laps to get it back.
And I could never find my rhythm here, so
Well, truth be known, me either.
I think
Not a fan of this track.
myself and producer, I recall a race we've been here. I think we passed each other about 15 times. So we just kept messing up the corners every lap. So it was fun. It was just like, man, I wonder what it's like to actually run fast here. Then you get dumped for the leads. That's about pretty much what happens.
You kind of want to be in the back because then you can probably win it when all the leaders get taken out.
Well, like third or fourth, I feel like it's a pretty good spot to be in.
I tell you what,
Hackthorne's-
Matt, he's got his hands full.
Yeah, he's sliding that thing all around on corner exit.
Not uncommon for Hackathorn. He usually likes to wheel the car around. So.
Unfortunately, the car does not like being wheeled around. The tires will start crying after a couple of times of doing that.
A couple of times you're going to find yourself in one of these walls, inside or outside.
So once, Rusty Webb, sorry, got on the brakes pretty hard on the entry to 3. I thought the back end was going to come around on him there. There's a little death wobble going on in.
Kind of reminds me of Milwaukee when Cameron just kind of stalked Chuck Sweeting the whole first run.
Yeah, just kind of like Jaws sitting there in the background.
Although the lap times of these top guys, I mean, they're all right on top of each other, 7s and 8s. As Trey mentioned earlier, back of the field's already just about to get lapped here. So Mike
Yeah.
Stevens half a straightaway in front of Chuck right now, so that could tighten up this front running order. Didn't know how hard I guess you want to make it to get lapped.
Yeah, I can't see these guys, most of the guys back there in playoff contenders. They probably won't make her too tough there on Chuckles, but I have been wrong before. Peter Short, though, not wasting any time. He's already caught up back up to the bumper of the 14. He has his eyes set on the 77 after he can see if he can get by the Kevin Finn machine. He's in 6th spot.
Still running that really high line.
Yeah,
I mean, it's working. It's just pretty weird.
yeah, it will not work, however, come to the end of the race.
No, not unless you're leading. By a lot.
Yeah, if you stretch out a good lead, you're going to be alright, but I wouldn't do that anywhere with people going to be able to dive it in there. You don't want to leave any kind of door open because they'll take it.
Looks like he may have gotten a little too high last couple laps. Like he kind of brought it back down that time. Speaking of bringing it down, Cameron Rich has gnawed into that lead. It's down to well, it's right at 4/10 this lap. So it's right
And
there.
Chuck's going to be in lap traffic here in the next lap and a half, 2 laps.
We've seen where you could use a pick here. Maybe those guys roll the bottom and you just decide to roll the top side and get around them. Who knows? That's quite a gaggle of lap traffic too. That's about what, 4 or 5 cars up there?
Yeah, and they're fixing to be catching both Jordan Teal and Kyle Hanshaw after those guys there. So,
Little train of tail end of the lead lap here. So 33 laps. That's pretty quick to catch the back of the field.
yeah, Chuck's pace right so far has been blistering, and there's Cameron right on the back bumper of that 26. Let's see what's going to happen here. Mike Stevens let them both go by on the bottom, maybe? Nope, Chuck backed off, and Chad Brown jumps the curb just a touch there.
This is what you hate to see as a leader. You're like, man. Because clearly these guys' cars aren't running or handling well, right? Because you get lapped. So,
Oh,
Man,
a little
Cameron
bit
was
of
close.
contact there.
what this does too is it allows people like Dreisman, Paul Ross.
Chuck just missed that
Yeah.
corner.
He sure did. Big wiggle.
He recovered pretty well, though.
Yeah, Cameron cut him a little slack there.
That makes
Not gonna cut it that time, no.
well.
Yeah. I don't think he was expecting Mike Stevens to go up high there. I think it kind of messed up Chuck.
Brent Miller got a real loose there. And, oh, there's contact in front of the leader.
No harm there.
That could have been a lot worse with that quarter panel touch. Paul Ross gonna shoot in there inside of Brent Miller.
Look at the time Paul Ross has made up on these two.
I think that was almost 2 seconds, wasn't it, Thomas?
Yeah, at least.
Cameron Rich stuck behind the 64 of Chad Brown. I'm going to see if he can make a move here and set him up on the entry to a corner.
Paul Ross, Peter Short made his way around Kevin Finn.
And team owner in front of him now, Drew Eisenman. See if he can get caught up to him. Cameron Rich can go to the high side around the 64, see if he can make that work. See what Chuck does. Maybe he'll try a different line. A little bit of a
Different man than me.
Oof.
Yeah.
Although these guys aren't giving up any room, so.
Cameron got real loose there. I don't think he thought
Yeah, these guys
Hanshaw was going to break that early.
definitely not accustomed to where these guys are breaking in front of them.
Oh,
as
the
Cameron tags
17
wall
gets
there.
the wall.
Ah, it's just a Martinsville
Oh,
scrape.
Chuck
Chad
gets
to the
turned by the
26.
64.
77
they're wrecking
got
behind there.
turned.
That
Peter
caused a chain
Short.
reaction
Drew
right
Eisman,
there.
Peter Short wrecked there behind them. Eisman checked up and Peter Short. Peter Short got demolished too. I think Mike Stevens caught him in the back end afterwards.
Oh, yeah, they just checked up for Chuck. Nowhere for them to go. They ran over each other.
Oh.
And then Mike kind of clipped him at the end. Looks like Mr. Brown gave Mr. Sweeting there the little bumper. Turned him.
Not too sure about that hole.
I don't know.
Chuck doesn't look too bad.
No,
And
it's a
damage-wise,
lot better
He
than
should be all right.
Drew and Peter. They got the worst of that.
A lot better than Drew.
Yeah, Drew got nose first and back end. So see if Chuck's gonna get any damage repaired. But Drew should honestly get some of that pulled out because that could be a overheating issue, and he is
As long as the
pretty close to
toe's
that
all right,
cutout.
I think you'll be all right. It's Martinsville. The arrow shouldn't be too.
No, yeah.
It's like Chuck is going to sit there and get some of that damage fixed. Might as well.
There's your gamble on lap traffic, right? We saw it all night when they got around him. They didn't know where to brake. It was trying to figure out where to get around him, up and down, and then you actually get taken out by one.
I believe Chuck has lost a lap.
Yeah.
So that's going to be detrimental too, because we saw how the green field that we had there earlier. Maybe this will boost the intensity just a little bit.
Fortunately, you do have to beat the pace car out. So
I'd say Chuck got all that damage fixed there that he had. No, maybe not.
maybe I don't think it would hurt him though. He just got tapped to the left rear quarter panel.
Yeah, I
If
never.
anywhere you want to get hit, that's where you want to get hit. So. Just a shame that was really hotting up there.
Yeah, it's fixing to be a great race between all the leaders up there, but I'm sure that'll happen many more times this evening with lap traffic and leaders.
That was a good pit stop from Kevin Finn. Shot up to P2, got around Paul Ross.
Was it ever? Your Eisman right now being scored in 10th. The back end looks like Mack truck ran into it.
That's Peterbilt.
Mayonnaise truck.
Yeah, Chuck's gonna get the wave around here. Interesting. Short track iRacing logic 10-4.
Don't.
I don't
All
question it.
No.
The game tells you what to do, so.
Peter Short's lost 2 laps.
Yeah, I don't think he cares now.
I mean, I think it's because of where Chuck's pit stall's at and where he came out.
Yeah, I think so.
He came out before the leaders crossed the start-finish line, but behind the pace car.
Back to green.
Just like that. Chuck's still trying to catch up.
Yeah, unfortunately, getting the wave around puts you at a huge disadvantage, but at least you're back on the lead lap.
Chad Brown, that 64 going to look low on the 63, and he's going to lose it. He brings her back, though. That was something close.
Some shenanigans deep in the field.
Eisman going to look low. He drove that in there. He's going to slide up maybe a little bit here. No. Nice little charge there.
Got some side-by-side battles up there. Johnny Thomas, Corey Lindsey. Is that Rusty Webb on the outside of those? Sam Close getting his nose up in there.
Oh, Matt Hackathorn tags the outside wall, and there's a battle in front of Drew Eisman right now between Richard Hines and Hackathorn. Hackathorn's going to lose a little bit there.
Those 2 spots. Yeah. Producer says there's a gaggle. Can't find them all. Picture in picture, damn it.
Jordan Till got way out of shape going into turn 3 there.
Just to show you, Chuck is almost caught up to Jordan. That's how far behind he was. He was, what, almost half a lap behind him.
Yeah, at least. Drew Eisman still rolling that outside on Richard Hines. See if he can make it work and gain that spot. He's gonna make it work. He's setting the 88 now, and there's a gaggle of cars in front of him.
You a spotter like, is this car really that damaged, or?
I seen Mark Martin lose the whole back end pretty well and be the fastest car on track. So.
Oh, Marky Mark. Meanwhile, we got Kevin Finn up here trying to knock on the back bumper of Cameron Ridge. I see. I thought he overdrove the corner, but he's kind of trying that Peter short line.
It's a short line to the front, that's for sure.
Oh, boy.
Turned out to be a short line to the back. Or to the garage.
Currently 3 laps down for Peter Short.
Peter Short gonna try to make the move there, not for position, and see if he can maybe somehow get to the front and unlap himself.
He was quick. I don't know how much speed got knocked out of that car, but
Rusty Webb again this week doing a nice little smooth and steady rhythm so far. Hasn't made any contact, hasn't made any fuss. See if he can continue that streak and get a good finish.
just looking to jinx him, huh?
Trying to.
Ooh, Sam Close missed that corner just a little bit there.
Drew Eisenman came in there like a bull moose in a china shop.
In Canada, they say bull moose. In America, we just say bull.
You only get in between a bull moose and a cow moose.
Or
They get
China.
pissed. Or China, yeah. Stay away from that place. I don't know where that is.
Is it by
The Chuck?
Shewalk?
Pretty well, I would assume. But Chuck Sweeting looking to see if he can rebound now to get himself back up. He's battling right now at the 89 of Brent the Hitman Hart. You think we'll have any contact between the 26 and the 64?
I don't think I've ever seen Chuck wreck anyone. Even after like someone like caliber of Jesse Kaplan.
There's a fine line of being nice and too nice. If Kaplan wrecked me, that'd be the end of her.
Depends too. A lot of stuff, one hit during the season, okay, it's just incidental, but over and over and over again, yeah, you tend to kind of mark that one in your calendar and return the favor when you can. Not that I know anything about that.
Chad trying to run over Mike Stevens.
Chuck's gonna try to make a move. No, he's gonna wait just a minute here and wait for Chad to make a little slip up.
I feel like Chuck's just like so much out of a rhythm here because he's in different, level of traffic than he's been in all night.
Yeah, just gonna kind of let him go there. He goes up into the 15th lane up there. Wow, he got out of shape.
Lost him 2 spots. Chuck still has a long way to go though.
A little bit of contact there between the 5 and the 90. The 5's gonna try to stick it inside of him there now. And ever so slightly little bump.
Little teammate contact.
Make it work there, and they're gonna make contact again. We saw those two get into it a couple races ago. I can't remember where it was.
Forget about that, yeah.
Teammates or not. But now Rusty Webb gonna see if he can relieve that spot from the 90.
77 still driving her in there. And they both
Corey's
missed
up
the
a
corner.
touch too high.
Tracks to your left. To your left, boys.
Drew Eisman now going to try to size up Corey Lindsay. He's lost a couple of spots. Maybe thinks he's going to start bleeding out here a little bit more.
I'll tell you what, there are some late breakers in this field.
Yeah, that doesn't tend to help on corner entry. You usually lose a lot more speed on corner exit if you jam on brakes going in.
That helps you with about 2 to go.
Yeah. Battle for the lead, not really hotting up, staying about average as it has the entire run. About 0.3 of a second separate the 14 and the 17.
Yeah, I'm surprised Kevin kind of fell off that first run. Now he's right there with Cameron. So. Live from the food court. So.
Do you want fries? Chuck Sweeting marching his way up now and makes the move on Kyle Hanshaw. Hanshaw about sees Elvis there into that corner.
Just Elvis, no Tupac. Producer triggers me with the Tupac's not dead comment.
Well, neither is Elvis.
Corey Lindsay misses that corner a little bit, maybe? No? Maybe that's his line. I don't know. This is a variation of lines that I'm seeing here that I've never seen before.
You definitely want to keep it in that blackish groove.
Ooh, Eisenman. Not have a good time through there, but he made it work.
The car's still going. He has no downforce with the spoiler all bent up like that. And both Peter Short too. They both knocks the front, so I'm sure the splitter is dragging. But apparently that's not a thing anymore. So.
Well, you know, like how iRacing likes to do you'll do like 180 laps and then you'll pop.
You blow up after you get it all fixed.
Yeah.
There's no kicking the nads there.
Stu Webb got his way up to 6th so far, and he's going to see if he can catch up to Sam Close as he drifts it up off turn 4.
You are right, Matt. Wow, you are right, Matt. Rusty's has kind of been calm, collected here so far. Missed the tangles with lap traffic. So.
Yeah, hasn't really done too much to be noticed, so I think that's what Rusty wants. Get a few good races in here and see if he can't maybe bring something back for next season. Get some good runs and clean runs in.
There's some massive smoke on the front stretch last lap.
Chad Brown is in the pits, so I'm assuming.
Oh,
yeah. He pounded the inside wall and crucified the outside wall, and his engine expired.
That was really weird. I don't know.
Maybe you said, you know what, to hell with this, I'm going home.
That's what it looked like, or maybe a hardware lockup or something, because he just kind of didn't turn. Maybe he was a Russian driver, you never know. Did I just assume all Russian drivers are bad? Yes, I did. I have plenty of proof. Vitaly Petrov.
They're getting some minor lap traffic now. There's a little bit heavier coming up in front of them, but it's not going to be a bother for a few more laps. Sam Close still wagging the tail coming off of every corner.
Short looking like he's finally going to get around Corey Lindsay here. Let's see what.
You know, it's going to be frustrating for Peter. He was actually 4th quick in practice, had a bad qualifying lap, and got caught up in the first little incident here, so he's going to be really hoping for a few quick cautions, even though right now that won't help him.
No, because they're going to keep lapping cars too. What's really frustrating is you made it through the field. I mean, he was up front, and then you got caught up in lap traffic, so...
Yeah.
It stings a little bit. Like we said, it doesn't really matter where he finishes tonight, so... You never want to wreck, but at least you know it doesn't matter. You could have blown up taking the grid, and it would have mattered, so... Just minimalizing those mistakes, man.
And Drew Eisman's doing a dandy job drifting that thing. He looks like Ken Block out there.
Is that a compliment?
Or the shape of his car.
He's keeping it in the right direction anyway, so I'm very, very impressed by that.
Who's the rally guy that's good? Sebastian Ogier. Or low,
Travis
how about low?
Pastrana.
I said good. Well, it was good in rally back in the day, I guess.
Makes it look like Danica Patrick trying to wheel around a track and get out of his own way.
Ow, now.
Sorry, Danica fans.
That was Roush Fenway equipment. So.
They at least pretended they were all right then. Not the
The Bane stain.
Yeah.
It looks like Cameron has put the hammer down now, pulling away from Kevin Finn by about 7/10 that lap. They both pulled on him. Paul Ross, pretty good chunk there. 2.7 back Paul Ross, so stretching their legs just a little bit.
Just give it time to relax.
Well, that traffic should be a little bit thinner this time too. They're not all stacked together like last time.
Yeah, it's pretty light. They'll just be able to pick them off one at a time. There's not many battles going on for positions. So. Clicking off lap pretty quick. We're working lap to be 81, 250 here this evening.
Good battle going on right now between Drew and Rusty Webb here for 6th and 7th.
Ooh, he stuck her down in there.
He did.
Rusty gave him lots of room there too.
Saw Rusty work that outside earlier with Hackathorn. Not sure if it's gonna, it's gonna pay off again here as Drew kind of overdrives the center.
Oh, Rusty overdrives the exit. That was close there, and he hits the wall.
Off the wall a little bit to open the door for Peter, not for position though.
Now, if Peter's gonna try to make the move on Eisman, maybe Rusty Webb's gonna try to file in behind that 33 and follow him in.
Possibly. Not sure he's gonna want to make the move on Drew. Or Drew doesn't want the move to be made on him, so.
Brent Miller yields for Cameron Rich there. Is another car one lap down. The next two in his sights is Mike Stevens and Kyle Hanshaw.
Ooh, that was abrupt. Hector pulled over to let Chuck go by. I thought something may have been wrong with the 12 there. It's like Mark Martin style, like, just go around, bro. Let's go. I wasn't the black car that hit you, I swear. That one left. You're good. Oh, we do have Mr. Brown in chat, so he does have some tech issues still. I thought it looked like it kind of weirdly drove into the wall. Normally most people turn right when they want to end the race, not left. Hashtag ask that.
I just hit the barrels.
Let's just go full Monty.
Yeah, just don't brake and just wad everybody up in front of you. Hashtag no excuses. We do have a little bit of a gaggle forming. Wow, can't speak again. Gaggle forming up right now between Corey Lindsay, Richard Hines, Chuck Sweeting, and there's another car back there. Matt Hackathorn tapered off a little bit there, but
He let Chuck go a few laps ago. I think he's just kind of lost the pace of the tires there, but Chuck's definitely still picking them up and laying them down, but already almost 12 seconds off the lead. So.
Yeah, he's going to need a caution for sure, but he's going to try to pick off as many spots as he can. Put him in a better position on the next restart. Firing, we get another caution.
It could happen, but they're looking far and few between. Cameron really stretched that lead out in lap traffic there. It's up to 1.5. And Paul Ross now dealing with the traffic, trying to get around 89 and 63.
So Paul can get it done here. No, he's just kind of waiting behind them. You can see his opening there. He's going to take it from Brent Miller and see if he can get Mike Stevens in the next corner, maybe, as Mike Stevens way off the pace on the corner exit.
You could almost hear the front tires in the 63 screaming, "I can't turn!" I mean, we've all been there. So
Yeah, it's not a good
Yes.
feeling. Is Chuck Sweeting's gonna pick up 9th position here, I believe, from Richard Hines, and he'll be able to get it done up off.
Chuck's got that good drive off still. Seeing a lot of guys maybe starting to wag the tail just a touch, or push up in the center real bad.
Chuck missed that corner just by a little bit there. I think he didn't do it too bad. He still kept a good pace on Corey Lindsay, but Johnny Thomas also having a good solid night up there, 4th position. Never heard anything from him all race. Hasn't made much contact, if any, with anybody. So,
And I believe he likes the short tracks, if I recall right. He actually hates the bigger tracks, so something he was looking forward to coming to Martinsville. Looking to gain a few points to get in that playoffs, the next round. Like I mentioned, that's going to be hard to actually make up a lot of points tonight.
Richard Hines tearing to the outside wall in the backstretch. Wagged the tail all the way down the backstretch. He's finally tagged it. Some pretty significant right front damage. So.
He's still rolling.
It might knock the toe out just a bit. We'll see.
Probably. It's Martinsville. Still rolling. Till it's on fire, you're good.
That's what Kyle Larson about that.
It might till it flips over. How about that? I don't know anyone that's flipped at Martinsville. Although Larry did one
truck race. My producer decided to swing me around. Chuck Sweeting out of shape off of turn 2, sorry. Trying to catch
corner,
up
one of them.
He caught up to him, but he hasn't been able to get any closer, I guess. He's been within striking distance if you were going to dive bomb somebody, but not for a rational person to make a move. Mike Stevens has no front clip anymore. All right.
The car's looking pretty rough, to be honest. Chuck's still hounding Corey. Yes, he is. Looks like might have a run here.
Corey stood up a lot there. He's losing. Maybe just letting him by on that one, but he seemed to go up a good 3 lanes there. He was up almost for the flat spot of the track.
Get up in the marbles there, you'll be in trouble.
Yeah, those will drag you right into the outside wall. Not a fun time.
Drag you up there to Hamlinville.
Yes.
Who's next? Let's see. The next car for Chuck to catch would be Rusty Webb. That's a pretty good gap to Rusty. So. See if he can reel him in. Still got the Eisentech boys up here running nose and tail, not for position, but Peter just kind of ghosting Eisenman.
So far, Leo Cameron Rich has lapped all the way up to 11th position. Matt Hackathorn's the first car on the lead, or the last car, sorry, on the lead lap.
He's not
a little
too
bit of
far.
ways to go. It's not going to take long, that's for sure. And that's where the gaggle comes back in. We even have Corey Lindsay back there running 9th. Lumped right in with the 87 and the 12. Might have a little bit of more possible drama. Oh, Matt Hackathorn almost got into the back of the 63 there as he's wounded.
I don't know if producer has gone on board with anyone, but this long run, let's just listen to the 17. That is amazing how much he's out of the gas.
Oh, he's out of it right pretty well light at
Like
the start
the
finish
whole
line.
corner. It's crazy.
I don't miss racing too much, but racing at Martinsville is something I do miss in a league setting.
I never got to race here, so just got turned a lot. And Matt would dump people when I try to get around them nicely.
it take too long. So
I just came
I'll
out of the
get him.
pits. I'm getting him.
I'll get him. 4 laps past. We're losing about 5/10 a second. Okay, no.
It's like, I'll show you how you took cautions out. Okay.
Hey, it worked, didn't it? Even though I wrecked my car.
You wrecked everyone else behind us.
Oh, Chuck! Wow. Oh, and he's still sideways. Woof. That was some wheeling and dealing going on right there. That was good recovery by Chuck. He was loose trying to get underneath the 89. Looks like he cut her down just a little bit too early and a little bit out of shape, and then got really out of shape going into turn 3.
Hey, Nas, like, don't tase me, bro.
He didn't lose that much. Man, he didn't lose that much to Rusty Webb either, really.
No, Chuck's car's handling has gone down to hell right now, though. You can see the black marks coming off the tires and the exits to the corners.
That's half the field right now.
Oh, and the one of Jordan Teal. Gave that outside wall a little visit there.
Just making sure it's still there.
Cameron Rich has got that nice, comfortable 3-second lead over Kevin Finn.
Yeah, the only driver down the 20s that lap, 20.9. That's a pretty good lap. He didn't have too big of a points. I mean, he kind of gave a lot of points last race with his, took 2 tires at the end and kind of lost all the spots. So I'm sure he'd love to make up for that tonight. Still a long way to go though before you can write off a win, but going the right direction so far.
I would say he's almost guaranteed a good finish here, but as we've seen, nothing's guaranteed at Martinsville.
It's almost like picking the 42 to win on a 1.5 miles. Hey. Chicken acid cars. We had Haggathorn on and off pit lane.
So first taker so far.
A little early for that, but he was struggling just a bit. So.
When he almost gets into the back of Johnny Thomas there as he's trying to get up to speed through the corner. That's hard to judge too when you feel like Superman like that. It's hard to judge how much slower the guys in old tires are going to be going.
Well, what, you start out at the low 20s and these guys are running 21s, so about a second off. That's a good bit on a short track.
Cameron Rich is catching up to this gaggle of cars here.
He's
got there next
plenty of room to play with though this time.
Yeah, he can kind of be a little bit more patient. 3-second gaps and gaining too, I believe. Cameron Rich is gapping it quite well there.
Traffic's kind of sorting itself out too. The gaggles aren't really staying together. A lot of it's not actually for position either. So it's the 8 and the 8 and the 89 are gonna be together.
Jordan Teal up the hill again, turn 3 and 4.
I've been in that position before. You can't even get out of the way enough.
Oh boy.
It's like just going around.
This is one of the harder places too to give a position away, because if they don't clear you by the center of the corner, they're going to be a very bad time on corner exit. See, pounds the outside wall.
Or you just go park it up against the wall. That's one way to do it.
Hey, it'll turn. Ooh, headshot cells are down in there. Oh, man.
These guys are doing some pretty interesting moves, I'll say. It's something that'll make me cringe if I was seeing it coming in my mirror.
You do get brake bias with a fixed set, so they can crank the rear brake into it if they need to, but that a lot of times will get you in trouble here at Martinsville because you will hop.
If you have to slow down in a hurry when somebody checks up in front of you, you are SOL.
Or if you forget to change it and make green flag pit stop.
Yes.
No, have we seen that come into play this year?
Never. Chuck Sweetie.
Paul Ross, Eric Micka. Somehow Matt Kingston, even though he wasn't in the race.
Oh, the 63s are around in the backstretch. That's going to bring in a caution.
Looks like he just lost it off of 2.
He chased that puppy up, down, and around.
He's like, I got you. Dang.
Almost had it there, too. Unfortunately.
Probably
That's
going to be the end of his
something these
night
guys
there,
wanted
though.
to see. Matt Hackathorn did not want to see that. However, he's going to be 2 laps down, and he probably wants a little bit fresher tires again.
Yeah, that's devastating for him. Actually, well, all those guys are 2 laps down. So from 11th on back are all kind of 11th, 12th, 13th. At least, they're all fighting the same kind of problem. They're all 2 laps down. Guess they can take the wave around and hope somehow they get a quickie yellow.
Yeah, almost a halfway here now. We're at lap 120.
Remember, there's a playoff point on the line. So.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
Chuck just got to his pit stall.
And the pace car's already through 4.
Big break for Chuck though, because he was picking up spots, but he was really far behind still.
Better not wait so long this time, so then he doesn't start at the end of the longest line.
Good going that time. Speed if you have to, just get off pit lane.
What's your margin of error there? 20 mile an hour before it gives you excessive?
Yeah, so you can get up to 55. He's first pit stall out, so I don't think you can even make it to 55.
No,
Probably like 40. That's just tailing the longest line on iRacing, unlike in real life where they actually bring you back in and hold you a lap for that now. Because safety, bro. Drew Eisenman's coming back in. Maybe getting some damage repaired? I don't honestly think he needed much damage repair. He's kind of running where he was before he got in that wreck.
Yeah, and he seemed to be doing quite well, too.
I think Peter's short, honestly. Like you said, man, I think Peter is still really quick. It just 3 laps down and can't go anywhere.
I'm assuming he had required repairs because of the longevity that he stayed in the pits there.
I don't know. It's not hard to misjudge it, to miss that couple. And once you're 1 lap down, you're kind of, I don't know, maybe just felt like, well, I'm already 1 lap down, might as well get it all fixed, or what I can. Because they didn't beat that back bumper out any, I guess.
You know, Ron to jump over there with the sledgehammer.
Ron, get over the wall.
We're coming close here to it's gonna only be a couple laps before that halfway bonus. So we'll see if things get a little bit hairy here for that.
Odds are, unless Cameron Rich makes a big mistake, he should probably grab it. Is it back to green? And
Oh, wow.
Nap when they go to green.
Yeah. That'd be enough to make you a little bit scared.
Just a little bit. I'm close looking to take advantage and get around Johnny Thomas here.
Corey Lindsey's blinking all over the place, and he's gone.
Ooh, yeah, with a ping of 883 and quality of 92. Not going to be here.
That's not...
Oh, he just reappeared.
That's terrifying.
There's ever a time to put a fender on someone, that would be it. And he's gone. Oh, wow, okay.
How did Peter know he was there? It's like he dipped low to go around him.
He just assumed.
Smarter than me.
Sam's still trying to work around Johnny here and can't quite get around him.
It'll take a couple of bull moose in the rut.
You and your damn bull moose.
Oh.
Get it done, get it done. Tried to look for the undercut, couldn't get it done though. So move Sam up to P. Is that 5? And P4.
P4.
Corey Lindsey did fall back to the 8th position. His connection trouble seemed to have stabilized. So he start to march back forward as he's kind of stuck behind the one in Jordan Teal right now.
Well, you know what you call that? You call that the yell at the kids and the wife, "Get off the Netflix!"
Or in my case, a cloud comes over the house and Bell Internet decides it's gonna bugger off somewhere.
So say you probably received an email with your internet.
That gave me
All text.
flashbacks.
Beep, 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 beep. Is that flashbacks to Mike Husby?
Yes.
Hang on, my dad sent an email. I can't run side by side.
Oh, Jesus.
Canadian internet comes one package at a time by horse.
I'm telling you. People say, well, why don't you pay for something better? If I could pay for something better, I would. The Helen Keller telegrams here still.
Man, you're short. Held that sucker in there, just about lost the nose.
Sure, that kind of scared Richard Hines off a little bit there.
He's like, look, I want to get my lap back, so move. I need 3 of them, so please move.
Richard Hines right now rolling pretty in the 6th position. See if he can hold on to that. He's Chuck Sweeting coming behind him, though, so. Unless Hines was just playing possum. Might be an inevitable pass soon.
Not seen that Richard Hines plays a whole lot of possum, so.
No, it's just okay.
Takes more of the bull moose approach.
Couldn't tell if he was stuttering or if he's trying to start his Honda over there. Remember, you're only racing. There's only going to be 2. I mean, race car sealed its fate already, so there's only 2 spots left for the cutoff. So with the race down, that's going to put Richard some pressure on him to get, see if we can get by Johnny Thomas, but it's not looking too good right now. Maximize those points, or maximalize those points.
Minimize your mistakes. Sam Close also still trailing up there in the top 5 after a poor qualifying position. He's got himself in the top 5 without any major damage. He's got a little bit of crumpled fenders, but it's not too bad.
Peter go there. So.
And Peter wants a lap back.
It's like, bro, let's go. Yes, mentioned Sam there, Matt. He's just kind of trolling behind Paul, kind of seeing what he's doing here.
Peter Short does a sick drift, and he fixes to pile her into the outside wall, but somehow saves it.
Johnny's like, I did not let you by just so you could wreck in front of me.
Oh my God, if you wreck in front of me. Meanwhile, that Cameron guy keeps leading, so that's that story. To his #1 fan in chat. So.
He's running the diabetes car tonight.
Yeah, that's for his #1 fan, as we saw. Well, as we saw, I guess if you're not in chat, you didn't see it. But
if you're not in chat, then I don't know what
are you
you're
doing here, to be honest.
Like, you're dead to me if you're not in chat.
You're some kind of loser. You're not in chat with us.
Hey, you see there, Hank?
Now, Peg. I mean, I could understand. Well, never mind. We won't go down that road. It's beating a dead horse.
Chuck Sweeting's just kind of rowing his boat gently down the stream here. He's trying to get caught up to the back end of the 87, but it's slowly but surely.
Yeah, he hasn't. I figured he would have gotten by Richard by now, but he's just kind of taking his time. Maybe he knows what he's going to run here and knows he can't abuse his tires. So.
I would say they're only going to make one more pit stop, so.
Under green, yeah.
Yeah, unless we have.
We've yet to see one of
options.
those. So I like a good
And
green flag
actually-
Martinsville pit stop. It's just odd to see.
And it's not something that's easily done without ending your night with those barrels.
I believe Wendell and Trey have called one here before in that money laundering league they called that time.
Yes.
I'm sure that was a sight to see. People actually pitting under green here.
Was I in that race?
No, because the words just came out of my mouth. We pitted under green, Matt. You were not in that race.
Yeah, I don't think Matt's ever pitted under green.
Oh, I did, but I always spin out in pit road because I don't know what I'm doing.
Every time I just think of Fredericks at Charlotte. Too far right. What? That same high level too.
I don't understand. He has to be the worst person to get into a pit box ever. It's like the lines are there. Just go with the lines.
Archie between who's that? Henshaw and Jordan Teal. Now, wasn't Drew Eisman running much further up front before he tried this extra pit stop to get the car fixed?
Yes.
Now he's on the verge of almost getting lapped.
Should have left the tape on it.
I mean, literally the leader is right there behind these guys in the gaggle. So, don't really know if that was the smart move. He's going to lose, as it stands right now, going to lose a fair amount of points to Johnny Thomas. No math is hard here, but at least 5, guys. 5 points.
Who's that?
Especially if he gets lapped, because that's going to put him on a different lap than the fellers. Cameron's already stretched out that lead 2.3 seconds over Kevin Finn.
Cameron's using the entire track on exit, which usually makes you faster as long as you keep him to that outside wall. We're only 100 laps left here, fellas.
Woohoo! Burning her down. Well, at 20 seconds a lap, it's not too long, man.
No, it's bad. And we have had some really great racing so far tonight.
We've seen, pretty much like any short track, a lot of guys can hit 5, 10, maybe even 15 laps pretty good. We've seen who's been able to nail that 30, 40, 50 lap run where you really start working the tires.
Yeah, 6 say we'll see what this thing looks like about 175.
And how is he upside down on fire? Man, Paul Ross sound that thing in at 3. Was it? I believe it was Kevin Finn in the spring race here. In the B cars, he made up 3 laps. He finished like 2nd and 3rd. So
Sure did.
Yeah.
There's hope for Peter Short. There.
I can't see that happening in this race, though. This is a little bit more of a cleaner feel to
It's
it.
the 24 hours of Martinsville. So.
Drew Eisman is going to be going a lap down here. Is Cameron Rich?
No, he's actually struggling after he got that second pit stop in. It's like iRacing actually broke the car again.
I've seen it happen.
Or get a bad set of tires. I mean, it happens, people.
That also happens. I don't care what anybody says. Hanshaw is going to be coming down pit road a little bit early, but he is struggling and wounded.
Yeah, that car's been off the pace for quite a while now. So
I
Yeah.
think he just wants to get out of the way.
I can't even get on the track, guys. Let's go around.
Chuck Sweeting still has not made up that spot on Richard Hines. He's closer now. He's on the back bumper, but he's not there yet. Oh, Matt Hackett's though apologizing for something. Oh, he
It's
turns
running
the
into
one and
people and Drew Eisman's around. Jesus.
Oh, we sent him for a ride through there. Wow.
I believe Eisman might be done.
Eisman
wow.
caught that access gate and just got tossed like a... He got smashed like a bowl of eggs.
Ramathorn really rammed him there. Man, that access
Wow.
gate just killed him. Oh, that's...
Up right there, he was fine after Hackman got into him, but he just couldn't get off the wall and got consumed by that access
gonna
gate.
shake the points up.
And somebody else got involved pretty heavily too. Let me see if we can get a number on that.
Jordan
It's
Till
just
was
a
in there.
one Jordan
Paul
Teal
Ross
somehow.
actually got a little bit of right rear damage as well. Won't really hurt you here. Man,
Wow.
That was
Yeah.
crazy.
be a fly on the wall in that Eisentech chat room.
What a mess.
So what did we learn? Don't get damage fixed twice. Because then you get lapped and then end up getting ran over.
Did he have a little help? Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, Ramathorn gave him a little bump. That access gate though, that's crazy.
I've never
It's
seen
like
that happen
Michael
before.
Waltrip, Bristol kind of action there.
Yeah, I've never seen that happen before here.
It's the glitch wall at New Hampshire.
Yeah, that reminded me of a lot.
Where did I
Especially with the
hit that
speed.
Oh, Sebring. There's one at Sebring too on the pit wall.
Is there?
Yeah,
Oh, right, you went flipping
Ferrari.
through the air. Yeah.
Talking about like hey, I'm done.
Well, that's really going to put a shake up in the points. Drew's going to have a very good run at Talladega, if not win, depending on. Well, he's going to finish
Probably 15th.
16th.
Mike Stevens.
Mike Stevens still percolating it.
Interesting.
So that's going to be advantage Richard Hines, though. He's running right now in the 6th position, and he was holding his own against Chuck Sweeting, even though Chuck got by him that cycle pit stops.
Yeah, because Drew was tied with Kevin and Corey. They were all 5 points ahead of Johnny Thomas. So that's going to cost him. That's going to put Johnny Thomas up one spot at least.
Yeah.
Unless Johnny has a rough night here at the end. Boys. Action always hots up here at Martinsville.
Once you think you know what's going to go on here, it just changes immediately.
Well, that's going to move Chuck a lot closer to the front this time. It's going to put him up to, what, P5? So
That should put Cameron Rich on guard now, because
still going to get around
Chuck's been...
Johnny Thomas, Paul Ross, and Kevin Finn, though.
Yeah. Here we go. Roll the dice
Back
again.
green. Pretty clean start. Paul Ross did not get going, though.
Battle there. Oh my. Chuck gets runs in the center of the corner, but he has nowhere to go with it because he's getting backed up to the, or he's getting caught up to the back end of the 18 of Paul Ross there.
Might get the power down this time. Not enough. Carhartt car is holding strong on the outside.
I've never seen the outside work this well at Martinsville in, well, my entire time on iRacing, to be honest with you.
Well, if you look, it's getting rubbered in, so I don't know if the bottom's maybe getting a little bit slick or just, you know, typical fresh tires where you're kind of pinching that guy and you can't use the whole track anyway. So
Yeah.
a little from column A, a little from column B.
A little bit of a gaggle formed up now. 5, the 88, the 90, and the 33. 87 and 83 also at the front of this gaggle, I guess.
Peter trying to get by Corey Lindsay, still 3 laps down, so still nowhere to go.
Yeah.
It's like he's a Jimmy Johnson this week, I guess. Although he actually has speed, so
Oh,
contact with Corey Lindsay.
Misjudged there, I think.
Chuck put the hammer down to get away from Johnny Thomas there. Johnny must have boxed up a few corners there.
Nah.
Now, I think Sam Closey lost a few through that exchange of pit stops there, didn't he? Because he was in the top 5. Now he's back to 7th.
He's trying to get past Richard Hines, but Richard held his own there that last run against Chuck
Richard's
Sweet.
got a solid pit crew tonight.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens here. He should be able to hold him off for a few laps for sure, but
Make the playoffs, damn it.
he's doing what he needs to do. He's nice and clean and under the radar.
The radar?
Yes, the radar. It says there's rain coming into here to Martinsville, so we're going to end now.
Please, this slap the rain tires, then we're good. Biggest question if we can stay green, which is a pretty big if, because as the laps run down, you know how that tends to turn into a I need that spot kind of fest. Are you gonna be able to run that long? Can we go
Not
green?
comfortably.
150 something?
I believe you'll be able to make it on fuel, but tires I don't think will be
Yeah, I don't think the fuel was
overly
ever a
impressed
problem.
with you.
Just the fact that you won't have front tires anymore. Or rear, or brakes,
you'll-
or
you'll
probably
be
sheet
running
metal.
for-
Just ride the wall.
Peter Short trying to still claw his way back up to the field here. Still 3 laps down.
You guys are like, bro, you are 3 laps down. Get out of the way.
Yeah, I would not be really festive about that happening to me.
Well, I mean, the only problem is no contact with Rusty Webb there. He's still fast. So you kind of just let him go and he'll actually clear the track for you as he almost gets into Rusty
Still
Webb.
cleared her there too. And Sam Close makes a move there on the 87 Richard Hines. See if Richard can hang out on the outside for a little bit. He's doing a good job of it thus far. Lost a lot of time up corner exit though.
Seems like out of 4 they just can't keep it, whereas they can out of 2. They seem to get a better drive off out of 2.
Hines has Rusty Webb pressuring him. And now he gets to the outside wall and he gets to the back of him.
They keep
Terrible
going though.
cross for Richard Hines. His car is demolished now.
Give him the jinx, man.
Wow.
I gotta stop talking about people.
Well, now he looks like Mark
Confident.
Martin that year, so
It might work out for him.
if he doesn't have toe damage, I guess he'll be alright.
Rusty also having a good night. Caught up in something that was not his doing. There wasn't really anything he could do there unless he jerked it to the left, and that would not end well either for him. So
No, it's hard to do anything in these short tracks that happen so quick. They don't all have that Dale Earnhardt Jr. reflex. So.
not concussion from.
I would say, well, there's really no one else. I was going to make a Larson joke there. But just go up and smoke anyway.
Ooh. Yipes.
I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter.
That's why you don't pick anywhere with the 78 on a mile and a half. God.
Or the 4, apparently, because it came back to life.
Yeah, that was a one-off thing.
Speaking of one-off, well, that's not going to work because no one's 1 lap down. Damn. Damn these segways tonight.
Oh, we're fixing to have 1-1 down. Brent Miller still sitting up there. P10, he's on the lead lap. Fixing to get lapped, though, by Mr. Cameron Rich. But then
I mean,
out back from
solid
there,
run.
yeah, he has a buffer from there from about another lap. Back to Matt Hackathorn in 11th, so.
And he hasn't really done much tonight. Hasn't hit anything. Hasn't been hit by anyone. And just kind of rolling around here. That's what you want at Martinsville. Leave here with at least 3 of the 4 corners on the car.
Yeah.
Like Sam Close may have gotten around Johnny Thomas there. Yes, he did. Moves Sam back into the top 5.
Corey Lindsay gonna put a little bit of pressure here on Richard Hines. Gonna look low on him. Slide up a little bit. We'll get the job done here. Ooh, Richard. Feisty on the outside. Like it.
A little too high though.
Yeah. And that Hackathorn, going to see if we can take that spot. Sorry, that's not for position. See if we can pass him, at least.
I didn't push him out of the way.
12 seen better days. That front end looks like Lindsay's gonna try to make the move on Rusty Webb.
It looks like he ran into a bull moose.
In a china shop.
Yeah, if you hit a couple of bull moose in rut, you're in true rubble.
Could just throw him in a rut.
They throw you in a couple of them. What are we, 65 to go here?
Ooh, I'll let you tackle that math. Let's stick to round numbers. When we get to 200, I'll let you know where we're at. Unless Cameron finds trouble with lap traffic or just forgets how to drive, which apparently he's been known to do. It's looking pretty good tonight to seal the deal.
Yeah, get another Eyes Tech car locked into the next round of the playoffs if Cameron can do that. And next week, you know, Drew Eisman's going to want to have a solid...
Need to?
Yeah, going to need to have a solid Talladega.
You can want a lot of things, but you're going to actually need a good Dega, and that's...
That's like playing a game of Russian roulette.
Doesn't happen very often. Unless you have the excellent pusher Wendell James behind you. Until he gets wrecked by someone else.
I heard that was a skill he learned in prison.
Chuck Sweeting has made his way up to the 4th position here, too. Still tracking some decent lap times compared to Cameron Rich. They're almost equal.
Yeah, Cameron was a little bit slower last lap than a couple guys, but still, I mean, he's got time to play with, so.
You kind of how you...
time?
Go ahead.
Was it, you know, that time reference, Martinsville, grandfather clock. Hey.
Ugh.
Come on. Imagine Jimmy Johnson has 9 of those jokers. I mean, what do you do with them?
At that point, you just gotta start burning some of them.
Or just give them away, Matt. I mean, jeez.
Oh, fuck that. Screw that.
What are you doing? You just burn things in Canada, huh?
Listen, when we need firewood, I'm not just gonna let these 9 grandfather clocks sit around me when I'm cold.
Burn all the varnish off of them, off the fumes.
Wake up dead.
Ding dong. Wake up dead. Are you the Undertaker?
Oh, yes. Go to www.mattistheundertaker.ca for more details.
Please don't go there.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. It could be some kind of distasteful
Distasteful.
stuff that I could get in trouble for. Don't go to that site. If you want to try it, tell me what shows up. Just put it in the chat when it comes up. No battles on track as of right now. Everything's pretty well spaced out.
Really, it pretty much is.
Cameron Rich has led a slew of laps here tonight.
A slew. I think he's led.
That's Canadian for 158.
Yeah.
I'd say since the moment Chuck hasn't led, I think Cameron's led every lap since.
Yeah, we've only had 2 leaders.
Oh, I'm showing Corey Lindsay's led a lap and Kyle Henshaw.
I missed that. My apologies.
Nothing to margin of error, though. It's like we need like one of those late race NASCAR drama cautions to get this turned up to 11. Anybody see any debris?
You see any debris down there, Jeff? Brett.
Oh, there's no Denny Hamlin to wreck anybody, so. Of course, what do you expect? Someone from Virginia.
Well, you know, Chase did wreck that guy back like 8 years ago, so.
I will disagree with our producer. I'm still waiting for a grown man to do it.
Digging up bones. Where are we? Oh, Paul
I
Ross.
mean,
Make
Dale's been
contact.
gone, guys. Dale's been gone. Woo!
This has been one of the least eventful Martinsville races I've seen so far. Knock on wood.
Don't jinx it. They could still flip over.
Aside from that access gate completely murdering somebody, it's been.
That's one of the highlights of the season. I mean, it's just like ragdolled them. Just.
I'm perplexed at that one. So when do you think these guys are going to start looking to pit, or are they going to pit? What do you think? Trey Mack, Landry?
No idea.
If Drew's still in chat, he can tell us. He's not doing anything else right now. Drew, could you guys make it to the end?
What, they went back to green with what?
Like 140?
140? Yeah.
That's pretty far on fuel, even for Martinsville. I think like 140 on tires is a hell of a run. Even if you can make it on fuel, you'd be crawling. Which I guess they pretty much are anyway. When you listen to Cameron through the corners, I don't think he touches the gas till he gets on the straightaway. It's almost like he's got it figured out. He's going to lap Rusty Webb there and put 8 cars on the lead lap. Well, try to.
Richard Hines did recover quite well, though. Or not recover, retain quite well. He's only falling back to the 8th position.
Yeah, but he needs more than that, man. He needs that top 5.
Well, the race isn't over yet. We can get Flip turned upside down here pretty quickly in Martinsville.
He needs a W.
I don't know. He's gonna benefit from Drew getting knocked out of the race.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to help, but Johnny Thomas is also running quite well, so. And he was ahead of Richard already, so.
What does that mean?
Good question, producer.
I don't know.
Hit so many things, I don't remember. Big time bobble there from Paul. Chuck had a lot of time to 1 and 2 that time.
He found a quarter that he really wanted to have up there in the outside of turn 1 and 2.
Thought it was a straw penny.
Full straw penny?
Sweet. Cool whip. Chuck's there now, just see if we can set up the path somehow. Kevin Finn's not too far up the road either. He's just right up to the, right up to the strip mall here to the food court, and he's right there.
Kind of like he's at the Harveys.
Yeah.
What do they serve at this restaurant, Matt? A burger joint?
Hamburgers. Yeah.
So it's just
Somebody
like
told me they were good.
McDonald's?
They were garbage. I'm gonna go test it tomorrow. I'll share with the class and I figure out if it's good or bad. Somebody's spinning somewhere by the sounds of that. Maybe I'm just drunk. Nope. Kind of. I heard some wicked tire spinning. I thought for sure somebody was around.
I think it might be Peter, because he's selling that thing in the corner and it's sliding around.
Chuck and Paul are just kind of waving at each other right now.
Battle of the veterans of the league here. Or iRacing.
Jordan Till up against the wall again.
That right side of that car's definitely got to work out tonight. I'm gonna put the old 2x4s inside there. I should need some 2x6 too.
Let's say I might want a couple 4x4s. Going to the field, there's absolutely nothing going on. For the will they, won't they, sexual tension between Paul Ross and Chuck Sweeting. Oh, they will! And Chuck's gonna get the pass on him there.
And Chuck says, "Thank you."
I don't know if that was intentional or
I
not there,
don't
Chuck.
think so.
Pretty short gonna follow him through. He's still 3 laps down.
There's 76 laps to go here at Martinsville.
Must be metric. Looks like Cameron's coming up on the back of Richard Hines here. Corey Lindsay not too far up the road, so we're going to put them a lap down. Crush their dreams of finishing on the lead lap here at Martinsville. That's a lifelong goal of many people. It would be nice to see a little late race caution so Chuck get one more shot at this, because he's still running the same lap times as Cameron, so. I guess no one wants to get piled up like that and bump sheet metal, and someone takes 2 tires. Jordan Till creams a wall again.
Looks like Jordan's be going down the pit rain. Yep. Now.
It's raining pretty hard on pit rain.
I'm sundowning, it's not my fault. I think Kyle Hanshaw outbought the farm there.
So we're gonna find out who's. Surely they can make it. Because if not, I think he would have maybe tried to short pit. Someone would have short pitted by now to try and gain an advantage on the field.
Yeah, for sure.
So he just gun shy to pit before a caution coming out. So meanwhile, Chuck is all up on the fly-in fin here. Got a little loose out of forward, lost some track position there, but gonna gain it back through 1 and 2. I would put Chuck up to P2.
Jordan Teal coming out on the track, kind of made Chuck lose a little bit of momentum there. Now have 7 cars on the lead lap as Cameron Richardson put his eyes on Corey Lindsay now in the 7th spot, see if he can lap him. Setting a really nice pace right now too.
A torrid pace.
Chuck Sweeting a little bit quicker that last time by.
Yeah, he's definitely quicker than Kevin. He's got to figure out a way to get around him. Because Cameron's, what, 4 seconds ahead of these guys? 4.4?
Yeah, and for Chuck, there's not enough time to make it up, even if he does get by Kevin cleanly, so. Which I assume he will. I know these guys won't be banging fenders for no reason.
Banging fenders for 1 point.
Yeah.
Although we've seen stranger things happen. Game lead to 1 and 2 for Chuck.
Mad games.
Mad games.
Hashtag crushing some iron.
Oh, we got a spinner on the front stretch.
Oh no.
Brent Miller. Problems.
Well, there you go, Thomas.
Yeah, now let the calamity begin.
Well, good news for Richard Hines. He is the lucky dog. I also almost broke my cup from slamming it down when I saw the smoke. That's
One lucky dog.
flabbergasted. Now everybody's gonna pit, right?
Oh yeah.
Damn right.
I mean, you
Somebody
might take
gamble.
2, but
Uh,
I don't know who would.
I don't know.
It would be someone deep in the deep.
Yeah.
In, like 7th. That'd be Paul Ross. He has nothing to lose. He's not running for a championship anymore. So.
Richard Hines doesn't need a win, but he almost needs a win. Doesn't matter.
We're
He's lucky
gonna
dog.
have here what? That's still a lot.
Inside
of
20 to
left.
go. Yeah.
Like 5, you could maybe hold them off. 15, 20. It's a lot of laps on tires. Is Peter gonna stay out? Maybe get one of his laps back. That would be something if he made up all 3 laps at the end of the race. Cameron gets a good launch out of his pit stall there. He's gonna put Chuck on the outside.
Good pit stop by Corey Lindsey.
That's gonna be
That's really good pit stop. Did he take 2?
No?
Wow, really good pit stop. Got that magic in and out, I guess. If his pit stop was longer, that's odd. Numbers are hard, apparently.
I don't see him stopping in a pit box.
Ah,
That'll make it shorter than anybody else's.
that's right. That's why he's coming back down pit road. Well then.
Oh, one of those corner stalls. Yeah, that's a bitch. Oh, it's a pretty easy one though. It's right there at the beginning of the corner. You know what sounded here in the 90? Just all those playoff points. Driving away. So no one stayed out or any shenanigans. So.
No, everybody's gonna be calm, cool, and collected. Peter Short is gonna get a lap back, so
Down to 2.
the constant battle to come back from 3 laps down.
I mean, one more quickie yellow here. Although they're probably not going to pit again with a quickie. But...
I always pit after my.
Nah, stop it.
Oh boy. Off the rails.
We're gonna be banned from YouTube after this one.
Bunch of snowflakes anyway.
But pace car's staying out.
We've never let enough field catch up here because it's all in just calamity.
Oh, it's a disaster. Yeah, that's a disaster.
This is like groups of cars trying to catch up.
There's 3 rows. Oh, now we have 4 set, but see, people are still passing each other and such.
So if you're Kevin Finn, do you just drive it in there as deep as you can?
Denny Hamlin did it, so to hell with it. Let's try her.
Just like turn 1 at Talladega wide open. Let's go.
Now Chuck Sweeting could do that perfectly.
All right, well, we're going to find out. Oh, down your TVs because going back to green.
He's gone.
And
Good
Kevin Finn
job
does
there.
not get a good start at all.
Chuck you.
Sam Close also with a good one. Oh, Cameron locks up the left front a little bit there. Seems to be all right though. A big pile of smoke coming off.
Ooh, little
contact. Right.
Little Martinsville run there.
That was real life. He'd cut a tire down. Start battling back there. That's Cameron. Drive away.
Kevin's driving it deep in the corner, and Chuck's trying to roll that center and get the drive off. Easier said than done, though.
intense battle between these folks right now. Damon Rich just is kind of checked out right now, loving side-by-side racing behind him.
It's the best thing he's seen all night. Sam Close kind of stalking these two, trying to figure out which one's going to get the upper hand. You would easily think it'd be Chuck, but it hasn't quite worked out that way.
Now Sam's like, come on, guys.
Come on, pick a lane, get the power down.
Surprised there's been no bumpers going to people right yet.
These guys, I mean, we've seen them hit each other, but they seem pretty respectful with each other tonight. Chuck's still trying to get by him there. It's just, I can't believe it, man. It's this hard to clear someone on the bottom.
This is honestly the first time I've seen this here at Martinsville. There's actually 2 working lanes right now.
You're like, man, why did I have to show up tonight?
Yeah.
I'd hate to see it on a cold track. You probably would just run side by side the whole race.
This is the stuff that dreams are made of, though, for anybody that likes Martinsville. Or doesn't like Martinsville, too, I guess.
Burn it down. Still side by side. Man, Cameron says set sail now.
He's pulled out to a very sizable lead as we're inside 10 to go now, so.
And I feel like Chuck could push him up the hill and be like, all right, I need this spot, but he's trying to race pretty clean here.
Like
Chuck's-
Sam might try to push him up the hill a little bit.
Hey, I'll just use you to get by both of them, thanks.
There we go.
Finally get him clear. Sam's gonna try and get by him.
Oh, Kevin's not going to let that happen, Barry.
He shut that.
Whew,
No,
that was a
thank you.
dangerous move there, but it had to be done. All the vehicles behind Chuck Sweeting are playoff drivers except for Paul Ross. So, see if Johnny Thomas can make a move on Paul. He seems to be kind of even with him now throughout the corners. Hasn't gained a whole lot.
Oh, Chuck missed that corner. He's going to open the door
Big
up
time.
to Kevin again.
And 5 to go. Oh, Sam close.
Man,
Missed his braking marker by a little bit. What a nice job keeping it off those guys.
thank God there's no net code tonight.
Sam missed that corner also. Maybe
I think he misjudged braking behind Chuck there and kind of shot out behind him.
Yeah.
Hey, Thomas, look, take advantage. I'm sure he wants to score a top 5 here tonight.
Oh, and they're stacking up a little bit there in the center of the corner. That gets Paul Ross out of shape. Johnny Thomas to make the move below the 18.
Oh, that's a caution.
Not yet. They trying the ultra wide line there, a little too wide. Oh, so Sam was going to finish that
Oh,
statement.
contact
over the
between the
radio.
26 and the 14 up there.
It hurt Chuck
Either
more
one
than
of
it
them. Yeah.
didn't really hurt Kevin.
The flag's going to be shown this time. Chuck still trying to work Kevin Finn over. Get anything done on the last corner? Doesn't look like it. Sam
Nothing.
Close trying to get some stuff done too, though. Woo!
Nothing
Tight
happened
race
there.
and clean too.
good, clean, solid finish. Cameron Rich will be your winner, though. What was that? Domination?
Total.
Pretty much, yeah. 212 laps led.
Gonna punch his ticket to the round of 6, I believe it is. Joined his teammate Peter Short, so.
Pair of Eisentek guys take that. Those 2 spots for sure. Richard Hines got a good finish. Not great, but 8th place. Rusty Webb, another top 10. So that's solid for him.
Did he finish on the... Yeah, he did. Rusty Webb got back on the lap. So, yeah, that was, like I said, did solid all night. Didn't really get in too much contact with anything. So. 17 burning her down on the front stretch.
Oh, cranks left rear. Make note of that.
Here, Chad. And the right rear.
All right, that car was illegal.
And left front. Okay. So maybe we'll start some interviews.
Interviews.
Canada's always late to join the party. All right, Lisa, go up here and grab Chuck.
Just shake him around a little bit first, too.
All right, I'm doing it. I'm looking at him all over my screen. All right, shaken but not stirred. Chuck Sweeting started on the pole tonight, man. Led the first 35. Got into a little bit of trouble. Found yourself. I actually think it was kind of a weird shakeout there. You kind of stayed in to get the damage fixed. Came out behind the pace car, but yet got to wave around. That was a little weird. But anyway, you battled back. Man, that was a hell of a battle between you and Kevin Finn there at the end. But you brought it home third. Tell us about your race tonight, Chuck.
Yeah, thanks. I don't know how it let me go back by the pace car there. It really should have made me go to the end of the line, but you know, that's iRacing for you. I kind of got lucky there, but and I don't really even know how that wreck happened. I didn't see it coming, and next thing I know, I just got hit, and you know how you stack up in the corners here, so just a racing deal probably. But yeah, it was a lot of fun at the end there, and I had too much front brake in it and couldn't get it to turn, and while I was trying to adjust the brakes, I went into turn 3 and locked it up, and Kevin got back by me. But it's good fun racing, clean racing. Congrats to Cam on the win, and I really appreciate you know, the way Kevin raced me and Ross and everybody. It's a good night.
Now, Chuck, I'm sure you read some officials here when the iRacing officials were here. Did the track kind of rubber in and you guys were able to run side by side like this in officials, or is it just maybe the weather combinations kind of hit on it right tonight?
No, it definitely rubbers in. The second groove is pretty good when you're pinching somebody down, you know, when you're side by side with them, because they can't get the run up off the corner and you can, and yet they're taking a shorter way around, so it kind of evens it out a little bit. Once it gets hot, I noticed it actually in practice. I was one of the first ones in, and the track had a lot of grip and was cool, and by the end of practice it was hot and slick, so I kind of knew what to expect in the race.
Did you find that extra groove to be much more challenging than Martinsville ever was before? Because at one side of it you didn't have to worry as much about getting run into the back of, because there was another place where they could go, but on the other side of it also it was harder to get up off the corner.
Yeah, you kind of have to cut it down to come off the corner and maintain lap times with somebody that's running on the bottom, and it is a challenge. It's something you got to get used to. Kind of throws your rhythm off when you're doing it, and then of course you come up on lap cars and you have to go back to the bottom and go back and forth, so it kind of throws you off a little bit. But you know, it makes it more fun. Anything that's a challenge is fun, and anything more than one lane is fun.
Well, Chuck, great rebound tonight. Exciting to watch you come back through the field there and battling Kevin there at the end. But before we let you go, man, give us those shout outs, brother.
Yeah, thanks to Corey for putting the league on, and Cold Hard Art for the sponsorship, OCR TV for doing the great broadcasts, and thanks to everyone at Randall Fox Racing and all the help and support we get through our sponsors there with iTate and Hero and all of them. Bunch of great guys over there, and that's it.
All right, Chuck. Well, we look forward to seeing you again next time, bud.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, there he is.
Get him from the food court.
Snatched him from the food court. He was standing in front of a hot dog on a stick, but I got him. Mr. Kevin Finn, the Flying Finn. He started fourth tonight, finished second. Man, just kind of hung around with Cam early in the runs, but as time goes on, he would stretch that lead, and then you got in that big battle with Chuck there at the end. Very exciting side-by-side racing, but that honestly killed your shot there at the win. But other than that, tell us about your race, Kevin.
Yeah, I know at the end there, I didn't have much of a shot to catch Cam. He was fast all night. I was behind his back bumper the whole entire night. So, but that last 15 lap stint there with Chuck and Sam, that was the best racing I've ever been a part of in this league. Lap cars were pretty courteous tonight. So, good job for them. They're getting out of the way of the leaders. And yeah, overall, I just couldn't get the center to turn. and was trying 3-4 different lines and breaking points, and I had nothing for Cam. He was a bullet all night.
Now, you came in tied, actually a three-way tie between yourself, Drew Eisman, and Corey Lindsay for the final, kind of that final bubble spot there to get in. Obviously a solid points night tonight, made up a fair amount of points on Drew, who had a rough night with a certain other driver. Does that kind of make you breathe a little easier heading into Dega, or you guys kind of already thinking ahead to Dega with a plan and hoping you can either miss the big one or stay up front out of the big one, or you guys got to do the old veteran move and maybe ride the back and miss the big one?
Well, Dega, you can lose 10 points in a quarter of a second, so it's really just a crapshoot sometimes. I love Dega. I love super speedway racing, but I just hate the way some people drive it. If you can't hold your line, it's not really fun. But yeah, next week I wish I could have led some laps tonight, but try to get as many points as I could. Second place, I'll take it, but it's not a win. So next week I'm going in there looking for a win.
Anything from Canada?
Canada's a little delayed here, trying to figure something out.
Send an email.
Gordon's on the way.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin, before we let you go, bud, give us those shout-outs, man.
First of all, shout out to teammates, Jordan and Richard, my teammate on racing, and Crown Royal, being in my car, and Cold Hot Art sponsoring our series, and OCR TV, and Three Guard Racing.
All right, Kevin, looking forward to seeing you at Talladega, man. We appreciate it. Good race tonight. We'll see you next time, bud.
Thanks, guys.
All right, got him. Winner, chicken dinner, started second. He only led 212 laps, Thomas. That's it, just 212.
Anybody can do that.
He was running the diabetes machine. I tell you, must have been his blood sugar because he stole the show. Tell us about that race, Cameron.
Oh, speaking of diabetes, I could go for some chicken right now. But yeah, it was pretty good. I didn't really see much out the front, which is what I wanted. So, I don't know what happened to Chuck there on that first caution. Looked like he got spun by a lap car or something. But I was looking forward to having a race with him. But yeah, I don't know what to say really. I just kind of I thought I didn't think I was gonna lead so many laps. I thought somebody else was gonna be better than me. But I guess it was pretty good.
It's just pretty good, Trey.
Just pretty good.
So is it kind of, we noticed early on it was more like the Milwaukee effect, where Chuck was out front and you were kind of following him around, where you're just trying to study maybe what he was doing, see where he was picking up his maybe his breaking points, where he was trying to apex, stuff like that?
Not really. I saw that I was going really hard the first 10 or so, or not, I was going really easy the first 10 or so laps, and then I started picking it up, and I started, trying to catch him, and he had a lot of cars in front of him, which were, like, racing and doing their own thing. So I just made a move, and I didn't even know what happened, really. I just kind of, I don't know. He got held up, I think, and I wasn't really going to take any of that, so I just got by. But no, I wasn't trying to be easy or anything. I didn't think that was going to be a very good thing to do at Martinsville.
Now, Cameron, were you a little bit surprised in how well actually the outside line worked here this evening? Because it seemed like a lot of cars could hold their own and even make moves on the high side. Let alone, I know Martinsville in the past, it was a death sentence getting stuck up there.
Well, the setup was really tight off the corner. I figured if you were the car on the outside getting past on the inside, you could pin that car down and make it really hard to get that move done. I think that's what Chuck and Kevin did at the end there. But actually, to get a fast lap, the line was kind of, you weren't just like diving it in and Martinsville in it or whatever. You kind of had to enter a little bit higher and kind of cut it down the exit because of how tight it was. So yeah, I kind of figured that if nothing else, that was going to be a line where you could hold people off. I didn't necessarily think it was going to be one where you could go up there and start junior in it and run the Kyle Larson line or whatever. But
Trust?
yeah, I figured it would be, actually I figured it would be a little bit better than it was. I think I was kind of around the bottom the whole race. I just didn't really want to try running anything else because I would probably screw it up.
Well, congrats on making the round of 6, I guess.
Yeah, that's the best part of the race. I don't have to worry too much about Talladega. Takes about, I guess I don't have to take my heart medicine next week.
Well, now you gotta help your team owner Drew Eisenman get to the round of 6 because he's currently out on the outside looking in now.
Oh yeah, he had a pretty rough race. It would happen.
Yeah, I think he's going to be looking to take some cough medicine and get rid of that hacking cough that
Oh my
left the track
God.
with. Cameron's got no idea what I'm talking about. Well, actually, he probably does. He was on TeamSpeak with Drew. So, all right, well, Cameron, great race show, 212 laps. Go enjoy some of those pink hot dogs. They turn your buns pink, by the way, and they'll probably give you diabetes. But look forward to seeing you at Talladega. You go out there and win that race. You hear?
I'm gonna try. I don't have any confidence in myself at Talladega whatsoever, but we'll see what happens. Maybe I can stay out of the wrecks or something.
The more people that you do cause a wreck with, you usually win. In my previous experiences with other leagues.
Without a doubt, yeah.
Yeah.
So I should do the Jamie McMurray.
Yeah,
thing.
just completely
Yes,
wad everybody
yes.
up and you'll be fine.
I'll try to.
Absolutely, Cameron. Give us those shout-outs, man, before we let you go.
Just thank Corey and Thomas for Cold Hard Art for putting on this thing. I've really been enjoying myself all year, even when I screw up like the last 2 weeks. It's been really fun, and of course my team owner Drew, even though he's retired probably again. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. And of course my girlfriend for watching and being the inspiration for my car, which maybe is faster. I don't know. Got them hacks in it or something. I don't know. And you guys for, of course, every week watching us do these races and stuff. It's pretty cool. Go back and watch them, and yeah, that's about it.
All right, Kevin. Looking forward to seeing you next week, bud. Have a good one.
Thanks, guys. You too.
well, unfortunately for Drew Eisenman this week, sometimes you're the bug and sometimes you're the windshield.
Sometimes you just get ran into a crossover gate too and end your night.
Or you're like that guy in American History X, you just get curb stomped.
Oh my
man.
God.
That's a good
Bite
one
it.
to go out on. Jeez.
All right. Well, you can catch us when next week, 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now.
Well, I'm
months?
sure producers running the results on the screen
Wednesday
at some
night.
point now. So, but yeah, you can
All
catch us
right.
again at Road America Wednesday night for some battle scars. We'll see if
One-eyed beauty.
the guy who scored all but one pole in the entire series of scars can continue his pole streak. So, and we'll invert the field for race 2 as the producer always loves, and we'll see what shenanigans shake down from that. We should be back for 3 wide as I'm checking the calendar. Should be back next week for 2 rounds of Talladega, which should
Woohoo!
be fun. As the Nathan Young Designs B-Car Series is at Dega on Sunday, and the Cold Hard Art Cup Series is at Dega on Monday. So we'll see how all that shakes out and see who's going to advance and who's going to be left out in the cold. So did there, Cold Hard Art.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I think we've had enough hot dogs. Trey's giving me the look. Unless Matt has anything else, we can leave for the night. And Trey, you can tell him what to do.
See ya!